Welcome into the PHNX Cardinals podcast presented by the DraftKings Sportsbook app, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe wherever you get your podcasts, and leave a 5-star review. I'm Chierstin Susel here with Johnny Venerable, and we've got a special guest joining us this evening, one of the veteran leaders on this Cardinals team, a team captain who's played a big role on what they've done this year defensively. He is Cardinals linebacker Jordan Hicks. Jordan, we appreciate you joining the show.
Appreciate you guys having me.
Well, first and foremost, congratulations on making the playoffs. Big game coming up on Monday. How was it having J.J. Watt back at practice? We got to start out with that because that has fans, and I'm sure you guys thrilled at the thought that you might have it back on the field on Monday.
Yeah, anytime JJ's around, it's energized, fun time. So getting him back, we'll see what happens this weekend. But just having him there at practice and having him back around the guys, in the meetings and workouts and everything feels good to have.
Jordan, you've had a couple monster games on the road this year. By the way, the Cardinals are 6-0 as underdogs on the road this year. Earlier in Chicago, you had 2 sacks in Week 13. What makes this team so effective away from Glendale? I know you guys want to perform well at home, but man, every time I've watched you guys on the road, just the biggest chip on your shoulder, and it shows. Yeah. I mean, before the Lions game, you won every road game by double digits this year.
Yeah, I think that's it, is the chip that we go into places with, feeling like we've got to tear the doors down. And it's tough that we can't have that mindset at home at the same time, right? You try to figure it out and you try to make sure everybody's in that mindset, but something about those road games that gets us fired up. And every team's different. That's what I've said this whole time. As much as we want it to be that way, every team's different in that. That's fine at this point in the season. Right now, it's win and keep playing. And this road game is the one that means the most.
I want to ask you about Vance and his defensive philosophy. Can you speak to maybe what it started out as and what you've seen it transition into?
Yeah. We were my first year here with VJ was we were pretty solidified in kind of what we did. Pressure, attack, man on the back end, and it was very little zone, switch up with the zone. This year, we've kind of evolved over the years. We've added stuff. We've seen what we're good at. We're definitely still attacking this, for sure, the attack defense. He prides himself in that. But at the same time, we've also evolved into, switching up zone man based on what presents itself. Stafford is a completely different quarterback than some of the younger guys we faced earlier in the year. So you have to be able to switch it up. You have to be able to adjust to, who you're going against and who you're playing against. I think our coaching staff has done an amazing job of not just adjusting pregame, but adjusting mid-game to what they're showing. So,
any thoughts on his name being thrown into the hat for head coaching jobs?
I think he deserves it. He's been there before. I think he deserves another shot.
Absolutely. So, Jordan, full transparency, I'm going to out myself as one of these people that when the Cardinals take a player high, I pound the table. Oh, you got to play the young guy, right? And the Cardinals take Isaiah Simmons last year, and then this year they take Zaven Collins, and you have been the constant in the middle for the Cardinal defense. You haven't missed a game in 3 seasons. How do you go from being an ass kicker on Sundays and then like Monday through Saturday, it's like Jordan Hicks, the mentor, right? For some of these young guys that rely on you so much.
Yeah. I think it's just my personality at the end of the day. I think, I was lucky enough to have veterans around me who helped, bring me up. And so I was exposed to that at a young age. I've always prided myself in keeping that going and not being one of those guys that you hear as one of those vets. You hear the horror stories of not teaching the young guys the defense or, because they're scared of their job or not, rookie hazing and getting them, making them do all this crazy stuff. I try to show respect. I try to treat him as a peer, not necessarily a younger brother or anything like that, but as a peer and just continue to, tell them and expose to them what I know and what I've seen over the years. So.
Well, this team now has a chance to make a postseason run, potentially make it to the Super Bowl. You've been with a Super Bowl winning team before. In your mind, what does it take to hoist the Lombardi, and does this team have it?
Yeah, first and foremost, I think this team definitely has it. It's got to be a rare combination of talent and of resiliency. Things are going to happen throughout this playoff run that we can't predict. Right. And we've got to be able to be resilient and continue to push forward with a chip on our shoulder and a mindset that nobody can take us down. So, I think the most resilient team, the team that is out there not making very many mistakes. Playoff time is all about who has the least amount of mistakes. Right. So if we can do that, offense, defense, special teams will be just fine.
So, Jordan, I have a theory, and Chierstin disagrees with me on this, but I think that the Cardinals, to be better at home, hopefully maybe later in this playoffs, but especially like next year, I think they could be best served with like some new uniforms. So I'm going to ask you full transparency, Jordan, what are your thoughts on the uniforms minus the helmet? I love the white helmet. I love the red bird, but the uniforms itself, could they use maybe a little minor upgrade next year? What would you do?
How long have we had our unis? Do you know?
A lot. 2004, 2005. They've had a good run. Time to pivot, I think.
Yeah, I mean, as a young player, you got young guys, rookies who are coming in with the same unis that were, the guys that could be their dads probably, were wearing, right? Yeah. So maybe switch. Maybe it's time to switch it out. I don't necessarily. When I go out there, it's not about the unis. When I go out there, it's about the game, obviously. But I don't know. I know the fans. I've heard this.
You're off the hook. Michael Bidwell's not going to call you. I am trying to start this movement, and I need player support to make it happen.
Do you? I think enough fan support could get it done.
We're working on it. Thanks.
All I said was that I personally, as a fan, and I am totally in the minority here, don't care what like the jerseys look like. But I get your point, Johnny. If it's really been since 2004, that it's time for an upgrade.
I will say players, it does matter to players. I think, I know when I was a younger dude, it definitely mattered. I always wanted, when I was, in high school, college, to wear black uniforms. Never got the opportunity because that was the cool thing to have at the time, right? It gives you some energy. It gives you some new juice. So I can see your point.
Those Philly black ones that you would rock with the Eagles were the definition of elite. Yep.
Sweet. Yeah, they were sweet.
So would you go, Johnny also thinks that they need to go like Oregon style, like totally in your face flair.
Yeah.
Nah, no, keep it classy.
Keep it classy. Fair enough.
Phoenix is classy.
While we're like a little off topic, we might as well just throw this one in here. Thoughts on Texas joining the SEC?
Oh, yeah, that's exciting, huh? That's good news. I'm excited about it. Talking about energy, I hope it sparks some energy in us in Texas, because we've had a rough go, and this year was not the best year for us. So hopefully spark some energy in recruiting, in the focus of the guys out there in Austin. So we got to get some wins.
So when you look back at this regular season, when you guys were 7-0 and humming to how you guys finished, right? That's real perception from the media, from the fans. What did you do so well early in the season that maybe you have to find yourself getting back to now? Is there one singular thing, or is it a conjunction of a bunch of stuff?
Yeah, well, I think defensively specifically, right? So for us, we were getting turnovers. Our turnover margin was off the charts. I think we were one of the top teams in turnover margin at the time. We weren't making stupid penalties and kicking ourselves, on big third down stops or, defensive PI, DPI. Like, we've made some mistakes over these past few games that have truly hurt us, right? And so I think if we get back to just playing clean football, right, and get back to doing that and making plays on the ball, playing confident, playing loose, everything will fall into place.
So Johnny was the one that that brought this up before we started, because I know although you were, a part of a Super Bowl winning team, missed out because of injury, had certain injuries while you were in Philly. But correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think you've missed a start since you've been here in Arizona. So, how do you take care of your body? Has that, have you changed things up since you've been here? Is that a coincidence? Or what would you contribute to that?
Yeah. I mean, since college, I've been plagued with injury. And so for me to not miss a game, one of the big questions coming in was, can I stay healthy? Right. When the Cardinals signed me, it was, can I stay healthy? And I've been able to do that through needling. I'm a huge needler. Acupuncture, needles, dry needles. Anybody who knows my regimen, it is, about twice a week, 200, 300 plus needles at a time in a session, just getting all the trigger points. I'm a big, I've been working on my diet since I've been here. Our nutrition staff on staff is really good, does a good job working with us. And then also, in the weight room as well. I mean, it all goes together. But as you become more of a pro, as you understand your body better, right, I think things start to fall into place and you start to get your routine and learn how to become a pro. So I think that's kind of been a huge transition from Philly to here is becoming a pro and the maturation process during that.
So Jordan, looking ahead to Monday night, so Sean McVay, your first couple of years in Arizona, they were predominantly a running team, and now they've kind of evolved with Matthew Stafford to this prolific passing attack. What makes them so dangerous with their skill players, whether it's Cooper Kupp or Odell Beckham, and what kind of pressure does it put on you as a back seven defensively?
Yeah, I mean, shoot, and they can still run the ball. Let's just say that. But they're the ability for McVay to scheme up, passes and runs to look the same, right? For a linebacker, that's what's so difficult. Am I there? Cool. We're good.
Yeah, we got
you now. We got you now.
Perfect.
Scared for a second, but we got
had
you.
Had a FaceTime coming in. But McVay's ability to scheme up to get guys the ball, matchup wise, understand defense, but then also to have different looks off of different plays is what's so difficult. You have to have good eye discipline. You have to have gap integrity, and again, they've got the big time players on all levels at all positions to be dominant. So it's gonna be a good matchup. It's fun to play this game, man. I love it.
Can I just say that I learned something about Johnny there, because when your audio cut out for a second, Johnny just stood there acting like you were still talking. And
I was going along with it to not fool the viewers.
Well, that fooled me because you guys couldn't hear me, and then my screen was black, but I had.
I'm like, yep, Jordan's got it. I get it.
Good job, Johnny.
Was that Bidwell calling you about the uniforms to let you know not to
wasn't him.
Johnny? Okay, fair enough. We love Michael Bidwell on this podcast, with or without uniforms. I will say that.
Is there anything else, Johnny, that you wanted to ask about this matchup before we go into a fun little game to wrap it up?
Quick question. Jordan, you represent kind of, in my opinion, this new era of Cardinal football. You were brought in 2019. You were actually the best inside linebacker value in terms of the contract you got. A lot of those contracts now for those players that were signed, you may or may not keep track of it. Those guys aren't around anymore, and you're still here kicking ass for the Cardinals. Kyler Murray came in 2019 as well. So you've watched his maturation process as a young quarterback. How has he grown from day one of OTAs back in 2019 to now about to start his first playoff game?
Yeah, man. In a lot of ways, first and foremost, I'd say his leadership, his ability to connect with people and being comfortable as the number one quarterback of the city and of a team like that. Number two would be his decision-making. I remember back his rookie year, he'd be like, man, what are you doing? And now he's making every smart decision, and prides himself in that. And, Kyler is as good of a player on the field as you can have, right? One of probably the most exciting player at all times on the field, between his legs and his ability to throw. But man, it's what he does is unbelievable. I remember when he first got in, I've never gone against really a short quarterback, right? And so when he's back there in the pocket, you can't really see him, and all you see is the ball just spit out behind a offensive lineman's head and get hit hit a wide receiver right in the jaw, right, running full speed. And it's like, how in the world is he able to do what he does? And he's just continued to mature and continue to grow, and he's the leader of this team.
So does he have a slight advantage then? Maybe people say it's a disadvantage with his height, but the fact that you can't see him at times?
I'm telling you, it was his ability to escape and then to be able to sit back there and hide and be able to get the ball where it needs to be. I would say it's an advantage.
That's awesome. Are you ready to play a little game of this or that with us, and then we'll get you out of there?
Let's do it.
Okay. All right. This or that, pizza or tacos?
Tacos all day.
I got to go with tacos. There's more options.
Yeah, I agree. This or that, the climate in Philadelphia year-round or the climate in Arizona year-round?
Yeah, Arizona.
Even with the triple digits? Because a lot of people don't. Don't like the triple digits.
Stay inside.
Who threw that in there? Arizona all day.
I went impromptu because I wanted to get it. It's fine. Please continue.
I can't believe I get to sit outside and have lunch after practice in January. It's unbelievable. It's crazy.
We are blessed beyond belief for living in Arizona.
Yeah.
All right. Dogs or cats?
Dogs.
I always say that it's like you're a cat person. I might have to question maybe who you are as a human.
There you go. I don't have anything against them.
I don't like cats.
Dinner or dessert? Are you one of those people who go straight for the snacks of like M&Ms and the sweets and that kind of thing, or do you load up on like a steak and go big on the entree?
It'd be dinner for sure. Yeah.
All right, here's a really hard-hitting one. Would you rather listen to Baby Shark every day for the rest of your life or play for Oklahoma?
I already listen to Baby Shark all the time with 3 freaking kids around this house, so I'd have to pick that.
You're numb to it by now.
Forget Oklahoma, man. I can't do that. Heck no. What kind of question is that? Who put that one in there?
Chierstin.
Well, I did because I read
my
an article.
Goodness.
I read an article today. I can't stand that song either. I read an article today that that Baby Shark is the first video on YouTube to hit 10 billion views.
Imagine. Think about
Jordan and I with our kids have probably contributed to that a decent amount.
Big time. Yeah, big time.
Jordan, so Jordan P in the chat, this is a good one. Interception or sack force fumble?
Interception. I like catching the ball. Always have.
All right. Would you? Oh, this is another silly one. All right, you gotta think what I'm saying here. Would you rather fight 2 ram-sized cardinals or 100 cardinal-sized rams?
Ram-sized cardinals or 100 cardinal-sized rams?
Yeah.
Probably the two ram-sized cardinals. I think that's
a good one to end it on. I think
I would imagine little cardinals or cardinal rams would probably swarm you. So I would go with the 2 big ones that you could keep in front of you.
See, I'm little, Jordan, so I would have to take the smaller of the 2. I couldn't go one-on-one with anything the size of a ram, but I respect your decision.
I hear you.
All right, we'll end it on that. Jordan, thank you so much for taking the time out to join us, especially when you got a big game coming up on Monday. We had a blast getting the chance to talk to you.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me.
Thanks, Jordan.